Good morning, everyone. My name is Uddesh Soman, and welcome to the AI Club. I'm from Gen Engineering College, currently studying in seventh semester of. And since we are starting the Amazon SageMaker course, so we'll need to have some basic setup. We'll need to set up our Amazon AWS account. So in today's session, we're gonna see how to do all those setups, what are going to be the requirements of this course, and we'll uh, set up all those requirements. So quick introduction to Amazon SageMaker. It's a fully integrated ML IDE. You have Jupyter Notebook instances. We have covered this briefly in previous lecture. So what are the all things that you can do with Amazon SageMaker? So I'm just gonna skip over it, and today we'll just an AWS account. So I'm gonna quickly guide you through the steps, and then we'll just create an account and see how it happens on the AWS page. Okay, so first of all, go on your browser, open the AWS homepage. You can follow the link presented with the slide, or just you can make a search AWS amazon.aws.com. You'll reach the page. There, we just click the account, and we have this kind of sign-in page. We create a new user. We'll have to fill in our details for the email account. I think this slide is from previous version. I'll show you the latest version while we practically create the account. So we'll fill in all our details. We'll fill in our login credentials, email ID, address, all that, password. We'll create the account. We have forms like this giving our details. We'll have to fill them as well. Once we verified, we have to go through payment. And once we have done with payment, shall see the message of this kind. Congratulations, you have successfully created an AWS account. So that's what we are going to do today. So let me jump straight to my browser, and we'll create an account. Yeah. So here we are at the AWS page. You can just Google aws.amazon.com. You'll get to this page, and on this page you can see all the types of offers that Amazon has, all the services that are there. Are free trials of certain services like SageMaker that we are going to use. It has a limited time period free trial. We have 12-month free. So from the date you create your account, the 12-month start, and you have free, those certain services are free for those 12 months, and some services are always free. So I'm not going to go deep into that, just give you a brief of that. So if you want to check it, you can come down here. There are free tire details, and you can filter by any services tire type. So just check for whatever services are free, like 12-month free. So we have Amazon EC2 for 750 months. It is cloud computation capacity. We have storage S3 bucket, 5 GB worth of storage. And if you go for trials, you shall see Amazon SageMaker. Yeah, the Amazon SageMaker that we are going to use, it's free for the first 2 months since the date we create. And for the first 2 months, or 250 hours to be precise, we shall have MLT3 medium. That is the name of computer that on which our files will be executed. So let's jump right into creating the account. So just click here, create the AWS account. It will take up to the sign up page. Yeah. So here you have to choose the root user or email address. Root user is your main user, or like an administrator of your cloud system. So kind of like main ID. Root users control each and everything of your AWS account. So for that root user, let's create an ID. I'm going to put in my email ID. Yeah, and we need to create a password. So let me just create a simple password. Okay, sorry, that was account name. Sorry. AWS account name. So you can give any account name. I'm just going with my name. Yeah. Next up, we have to verify email address. Just click on verify email address. You will receive a verification code. It may take some time. Okay, I think there is some. Yeah, sorry, it was in my updates page. Yeah. So this code, we click on verify. And yes, your email ID has been verified. Now you have to create the password. So there are certain conditions how to create the password. So just follow them, usual conditions. Create the password as you like. Confirm the password, enter the same password again, and click continue. Okay, now you have to fill in your details. It's contact information. So since we are making it for personal use, you can go with personal. If you are using for a school project or anything, you can go with your school ID and select business as well. Put in your full name. Someone, phone number, search for India. Let me put in my phone number. Let's select country. We're in India. Address, you provide any address. I'm just going with my city here. Yeah. After all that, just click I have read agreement. You can check the agreement here as well if you want to check. Now you have to fill in your billing information. So actually, I'm going to skip over this step because I already have an account linked with this payment method. So I'm going to skip over this step. Once you have done this step, you'll just get a confirmation to review your account and whether you want to create it. So after that, when you review your account details and click verify, your account will be created. Though step 4 will be review of your account, and step 5 will be your account will be created. So I'm gonna skip from this process. Since I've already created it, since we are in India, it will ask us for a payment of 2 rupees, and that will be credited for verification. That will be credited back into your account in a couple of days. So that's how we create the AWS account. If you have any question regarding up to this stage, please ask. Otherwise, I'll jump right into the account that I already have, and we'll see the next steps next step onward from that account.
So it was pretty straightforward. Thanks. So I think we can jump to the next step.
Okay, so let's jump to the next step. Yeah. This is I've already created my account, so let me sign into my console. Yeah. So first of all, we are going to log in as the root user. So you have to remember the root user ID you created while creating the account. Okay, put in your password. And this is how the Amazon page looks like. AWS Management Console. Right. So here we are. You can check all. This is your dashboard. So any kind of issues that you have faced, these are in Amazon Health. Cost and usage, you are billing, how much you have spent on the services that appears here. It's your monthly budget. Then we have solutions, all those services that AWS provides, and explore. So you can check all that. Here we have regions, so you can select multiple regions to work from. Uh, like stick, I would recommend stick to a single region. While creating this account, I stuck to US East, North Virginia. There is also Mumbai. If you want to select your region in India, see all the services that are, because couple of services are not available in certain regions. I think most of the services are available in India, so it won't be an issue. So just stick with a single region. So let's move to couple of steps. First of all, because most of the services that we are going to use are going to be paid. They are in free tier, but for a limited time. SageMaker for 2 months and S3 bucket for first 12 months. So we're going to set billing alerts. So let's go to billing dashboard. You can drop down for your name and just select billing, or otherwise you can go in the search bar here as well. This search bar here can take you anywhere in your AWS account. So we can go through there. We come to the billing dashboard. You can see your bills here. What are the services that you are using, and what billings you are going to use. So since we need to have a billing alert, because since the services are paid, we are going to set a billing alert so that whenever we exceed that limit, we receive a notification that you have exceeded your bill. So whether you want to terminate the service or whether you want a notification regarding the same. So for that, let's go into budgets. You can see it from the side panel here, navigation panel. I've already created budget, so let's create another budget. So here, come into create budget. You can go for budget default. Use template zero spend budget. Now that is, sorry, monthly cost budget. From this template, you have to go into monthly cost budget. So that will be your monthly. You will shift to the monthly cost that you is. We go into budget name. So name it anything that you want. I'm just going to call it this budget, right? You can set your budget. So uh, we also have the last month's cost. So how much did you spend during the last month? You can see from there. And otherwise, you can just set any budget that you want for this month or maybe for next month onward. So I'm just going to set $5. The amount is in dollars. Please remember, the amount is not in rupees. Recipients. So if you want to add recipients, like multiple users can be using, or maybe I want to add multiple emails to receive this. So maximum recipients is 10. You can send this alert to maximum 10 recipients. So let me just add myself as the recipient. Yeah. Now, scope of the services, maybe maybe certain services are not in the scope, or maybe certain services are not included. So you can check in the scope, but you can see here all AWS services are in the scope of this budget. Yeah. And you will be notified when your actual spend reaches 85%, your and your actual spend reaches 100%. If your forecasted spend is expected to reach 100%. So if any of these three cases happens, we will get the notification. If you want to change that, or maybe you want to receive notification at a different stage, you can go here and go into customized billing. So just go for customized billing, keep the budget type cost budget, and let's keep everything same. The one I showed earlier was the default, where you simply uh, where you simply go with what's the given template and just do it. Otherwise, if you want to customize that template, you have seen all the settings that services that are provided. If you want to customize those services, you can go this way as well. So again, budget name, since we didn't create that time, I'm going to use the same name. Budget. We have period monthly, start month, you can adjust that. And budgeting method, you can go with fixed, planned, specified year for each budget period, auto adjusting. So it analyzes your spending patterns and set budget on that. Your budget. So again, I'm going with $5. Budget scope, all the AWS services, or you can filter specific services. If you select that, you will get an option to whether select particular services. So you can go and select service. I'm just keeping all services for now. Advanced options, just keep them the same. And we go to next. Budget alert. So we have budget amount, no alert threshold. So we create alert threshold. So the setting we saw that it will remind us on 85% and all that. That happens here. So threshold, I'm just going to set to 90%. So when I reach 450, it will give me a notification. Trigger, and then we have notification preferences. If you want to add any, or just add your email ID as the recipient. Yeah. Go to next. We have budget actions. So I'm not going to do anything. Budget actions include maybe adding a certain action like stopping the services altogether. So since I do not have any services activated right now, I won't be able to do that. So we go to next. You can review this and then just click on create budget. So see, our create budget has been created. Yeah. If you want to download all this, you can just go to download C and have the all this data in CSV format. So now we are done with budget setup. Let's go to something else. I think we should go with S3 bucket now, since we are going to need S3 bucket. So S3 bucket is a storage media, cloud storage media, where we will store all the data that we require for our course. So for that, go to S3 buckets. It will take us to the S3 bucket management console. Yeah. So you can see all the buckets that you have. I have these 3 buckets because of various accounts. So let me show you IAM user first, because since we link our buckets to the IAM users. So in your search bar, go to IAM. So IAM is management access to other users as well. So other users can access your account, and other users can access your account, and other users can do tasks which you assign them. You as the root user would have all the control to what to do with those users. So in the side pane, so go to users. We are going to add user. We are going to need these three users. So I've already created them. So I'm gonna go with new users, similar rules. So we are going to do add users. We have to put in a username. So I'm just going to go with user one. Yeah, you can add multiple users the similar way if you want them to have similar kind of accesses. So user two, I'm adding two users at once. Okay, I'm going to give them all kind of programmatic access. Actually involves remote access using command line interface. So I'm going to show that in some time. But for that, with main AWS management control, management console access. So the console you are seeing right now, your users will have access to that console as well. Console password. So you can create a password. We have password reset option as well. So once the user sign in for the next time, they can change the password. Either you can add or remove this field. That's up to you. Create a password for them. That could be anything. With a simple password here. Okay, you have to yeah, so this password is accepted. You can check or uncheck this required password. If you want to allow your users to change the password, then fine, leave it checked. Otherwise, you can uncheck it. So the users won't be able to change the password themselves. We go to next, permissions. So attach existing policies directly. So we are going to give them administrator access. Just going to go with next. Tags, if you want to create some key value paivers, although it's not required. We review our policy, user one and user two, programmatic access, and AWS management console password, customized, required password reset, no, permission boundary is not set, the policies that we have provided, and create users. And now both users are created. And I'd recommend you to download this CSV file because all the access keys and secret access keys are actually here, and we are going to need them at later stage. So just click on download CSV, save it on my desktop. Save. So new credentials, we have user one credentials and user two credentials. And next up, we have to create another user. So close this. We'll jump right back to IAM management console. You can see our user one and user two have been created. We need one more user, the like of this ML user predict. This one, for this user, we are going to restrict the access. And we are also going to create a custom policy. So again, go to add users. Let me name this user three. You can name them anything you want. And for this user, just keep it to access key, programmatic access. Next, permissions. Actually, we'd have to create custom permission, right? Sorry, I forgot that step. Let me go back. Yeah, policies. Since we are creating user. You need to create a customized policy. So go to create policy. And this user, actually, we are going to give it S3 user bucket. So let's choose a service. So in this service, go for SageMaker. SageMaker, and we are going to give it read-only access. Fine. Everything is selected. SageMaker read-only. Request conditions, I think we'll leave it the same. Everything is fine. Okay, why I'm getting this error? Not all. Just read that. One more
Soman,
action
we
to
have to
throw.
give them execution permission also, so you can give all SageMaker actions. No, not an issue.
Okay, fine. The
Yeah, all
give
access level you can give read and read, write. Yeah, all SageMaker. So because we need to give them programmatic access as well. So are you still getting error?
no, the error is resolved.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we still have some warnings. Okay, lot of warnings. I
What is
think
it
maybe
related to?
I think maybe this user, this policy contains an error. You can choose a resource. I've already created this policy. I think maybe that's interfering with it. Let me delete the previous user. I think maybe then I'll be able to user predict. Um, Username. Okay, my user predict has been deleted. Mm, Now let me go into policies. Okay, this policy actually already exists. Let me.
Yeah, you have already created a custom policy.
So I think because of existing policy, I'm getting the error.
Yeah, so you can allocate that particular custom policy to your new user, not a problem.
Yeah, I've already created. So the steps I told you, just go to SageMaker, means services, choose Amazon SageMaker. This one's already selected here.
Yeah, service already selected.
SageMaker already selected here. And in actions, we have just provided it read actions because it will just read from our S3 bucket and all. Resources, all resources, and just that. And when I think I'm not able to create at this point, but if you but once you create in your system, just go to next step. It will ask you for a name, so give it any name. I have created this SageMaker invoke endpoint, so give a name like this, and that will be all. You can just go to review policy, and in your console just go with create policy. The policy will be created. So you can see SageMaker invoke endpoint. Yeah. So now that the policy is created, and I'm guessing you will have the policy, we'll add a new user, user 3. We'll just give it programmatic access. Next, permissions. Attach existing policy. So the one we have created here. it's in the last, yeah. SageMaker invoke endpoint. This is the one we created. Select it. Along with that, we'll need the S3 bucket read only access. So search for S3.
S3
Uh,
full access you can give, no?
yeah, S3 read only access. That's all
Okay.
needed for them. Amazon S3 read only access. So you'll search for S3, you'll get this result. Some next is just the same review. We have just review your user, create user, and yeah, most important thing, download this CSV file. So see, now we have downloaded this CSV file. Okay, so next up, we are done with uh, this. We now go to create an S3 bucket. So just search for S3 in the search window, top features, S3, and go to buckets.
So basically, though users were not created yet these things, so you need to see this video and create it later actually. So that may look little boring at this point, but all these things are required to get ahead with SageMaker.
Yeah. So for that, now just create a bucket for our course. You can give it a name. So I'm just going to go with my name. Region, you have to specify the region, and please remember the region, since for now, since I am creating all those buckets in uh, America, US East one, so I'm going to keep it the same. If you are if from the starting you have gone with Mumbai, so you can go with Mumbai as well. And please remember the code as well. US East one for Mumbai, it's AS AS South one. So just remember the scores because we are going to use them. Copy setting bucket. So since you are creating new bucket, maybe not. Leave it all the same bucket version. Yeah, just leave it all the same. Create bucket. And we have our new bucket fish here. Fine. So next step for our setup is actually we need a command line interface. AWS command line interface allows us. So let's go to that. Go for AWS command line interface. From here, you can download a 64-bit Windows installer. And maybe if you are on Mac or Linux, go for the relevant installer. Once you have downloaded this, just run it. So you would have installed it in your system. And once you are done with installation, open your command prompt and here type in AWS. Activity. Yeah, you can see you get something like this. And now we have to run certain commands to check actually our user. So I've stored this command. Yeah. So AWS configure profile. So just to show you username, in the username, provide the username you created for your read user. So we have created user 3. So user 3, right? Go with it. It would require AWS access key ID. So remember the CSV file I asked you to store. I think it's this one. Yeah, user 3. We have the password. It needs the password access key. You can copy your access key from here. Run it. Access secret key. So you have this access secret key here. Run it. Default region name. So I was in US East one. Default output format, leave it the same, and your user has been set up. Now command AWS S3 user profile. Since we are going to check the user again, in front of it, you put in your user name, user 3, run the command. Unknown options user 3. I think the okay, user 3 is a new user. Maybe it does not have access to S3 bucket, but you will get the list of buckets that are available. So that's how you set up a user. And command line. Okay, let me shut this down. Save. And let's go to our console, and I think we are done with most of the things. Next thing we need is actually next thing we're gonna need is our Jupyter notebook, right? So we'll go to SageMaker. SageMaker actually provides all these things. Go to Amazon SageMaker. Yeah. So at the SageMaker, you can see what all you can do. So click on Get Started, configure stage. Wait. No,
I think you have to go to studio if you want, studio. I think
I already have notebooks are created here. I think I'm missing some point. I already have notebook set up here.
but you want to go to studio, then there is a service in notebook service, right? Yeah, notebook is there, na, left hand side below. Yeah, notebook instances.
Notebook instances. So this is where you can create your notebook instances. So go for create notebook instance. You can create any. You can give it any name. So I'm just giving aiClub notebook. Yeah. Leave the CPU as the same. This is your notebook instance type of CPU that leave everything same. Create notebook instance. Member must satisfy reg. Okay, you have to go with regex. All right, no spaces. I think there is still some can include hyphen, but not maximum 63. This way here. Yeah. So notebook instance is created. The status is pending. It will take, I think, some time to create the instance. And once it is created, you can just launch it, and it will take you to a Jupyter notebook where you can write and run your code.
Yeah, it will take some time to get activated.
Okay, that's why I wasn't seeing any notebooks. The region is different. Let me shift to US.
Maybe Soman, if you want, we can have a look at the studio notebook. How is it created? One.
Yeah. Actually, I've created another notebook. It was in North Virginia region. So this will be your notebook status like that, and you can go to actions and start the notebook.
That will also take some time to get activated. Yeah.
No, sir, this notebook was already created. It shouldn't take.
No, but you stopped it, na? So you again started it. So it will take some time to get from pending to active.
Let's just go to the notebook we have created right now. Still pending.
Yeah, so it will take some time. Maybe sometimes it takes a couple of minutes. Maybe 3, 4
around 2 to 3
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
Create.
Yeah. So maybe if you want, we can try studio in the meanwhile it comes active. Before that, we can try the studio.
Sure.
So studio like a higher level tool provided by Amazon SageMaker.
Let's go to studio
For machine learning services. Yeah, it's a lot of facilities are provided in studio for doing machine learning jobs.
Yeah, you can project preparation, data wrangler, processing data sources. Then you have build pilots, so algorithms, autopilot, jumpstart, training and tuning, deploy and management, multi-model endpoints, model monitoring, pipelines. So all that's available with SageMaker. It's not SageMaker Studio. Set up SageMaker domain. So we are going with quick setup. Just leave it as name. You can give your user profile. So I'm just going to keep it default. Submit. And you will see user. I think it will take some time as well. So this was actually for today's session, all the last setup step.
No, someone let us try to add a user. So go to user and add a user. Meanwhile, we can check SageMaker notebook. So just try to add a user if notebook.
It's still preparing SageMaker domain, so it will take some time.
Yeah, it will take some time. Usually things take time here. Yeah, that's a challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is
now you will see the status in service.
So that is in SageMaker. We are in SageMaker. It is ready. So yeah, we can open the Jupyter notebook.
So with open Jupyter notebook, will take you to the notebook instance. Yeah. So you'll see here your notebook list is empty. You can add any number of notebooks here.
So maybe someone we can make a simple hello world program here just to demonstrate.
So let's go with Conda Python 3. That will take you to Anaconda environment and Python 3 interpreter. I think 3.8.5 is currently available with Conda environment. Newer versions, you can check the documentation of all those environments that were available. Yeah. So we have simple Jupyter notebook here. Let me just. We establish. I think there's some problem with connecting.
Connecting to kernel, yeah, it will take some time. It will take some time. No.
It will run after connecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see our code executes, and any code you write from now on, it will be executed in your Jupyter notebook.
So now we can check. I think that this is a simple SageMaker setup for notebook. And now we can see the SageMaker Studio and see whether our user has been created or not.
So make sure that you shut down your notebook every time you are done with it, because it keeps running in background. Clicked here and there was option for shutdown. I click shutdown. Go for home. Yeah, it's in service. So again, you'll have to stop your notebook. Yeah, it's stopping. So by this, you do not gain any unnecessary charges on your billing. So we are done with notebook, creating notebook instances as well. Let's go to studio and see, yeah, the studio has been created.
So now maybe we have to add user now. Yeah, exactly.
We have general settings, user profile. So you can go with any user, my name. Next, what kind of Jupyter Lab version you are providing your user. SageMaker, just leave it as default. Next, Studio Workbench, leave it same.
So it takes some time again.
Just launch app, which app you want to launch, Studio or Canvas. So yes, as status ready. So we will have this application. You can configure application. Okay, so
Someone directly we can launch application from here, no?
Just launch it. In launch, you have to select which application you want to launch, Studio or Canvas. So it's creating Jupyter server. Again, it's going to take some time.
So things usually take some time, so it will also take a couple of minutes, right, Soman? Soman, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, it will take a couple of time. And usually, see, whenever you run any machine learning algorithm using AWS options, so that also takes time, more time than your usual scikit-learn. Same algorithm if you use from scikit-learn and same algorithm if you use from AWS special AWS default. So AWS things actually take a bit more time. So now you will ask what is the advantage of AWS then? So AWS is the advantage is the higher configuration machines and deployment facilities and many other high level facilities which AWS provides. So if you need a very high configuration CPU and all that, so at that time you will not be able to use scikit-learn. Like you can still use scikit-learn algorithm on your machine, but default things are easy to deploy and you can get higher configuration machines.
And it started Jupyter Lab. Yeah. So you have your Jupyter Lab console here. and all the features of Jupyter Lab, your data flow, compilation, feature groups, autopilot experiments, create a new ML project, all that your project directory is here. You have Git connection as well to connect it to uh, server. You have your console. You can select your script. The default currently it's Python 3 for your language. SageMaker image, you have multiple SageMaker images as well. Data science based Python 2.0. I don't think you should go to Python 2.0. It's old now. Utilities and files. So Python file, all you have your system terminal, your Git settings, version control settings, all are available here. You can see your files in the files table of contents.
Yeah.
I don't,
Someone
since
let
we
us
have
show how to
nothing but
create. Someone let us show how to create a notebook instance here. In so I think there is below, down below it is there.
right. Let's add
Yeah.
Python 3 notebook, and we have here starting the notebook kernel. I'm just going to go with the simple hello world command here. Right. Still starting the kernel. Once it has started, it will execute it.
So maybe Uddesh, you may want to tell the difference between a simple SageMaker notebook and a Studio notebook.
Yeah, that's
Studio,
enough.
Studio
I don't
notebook.
think we do not need Jupyter Lab until we are dealing with something really big. Simple things we can do with Jupyter Notebook as well.
Yeah. No, I want to add a couple of things like why there are two instances of notebook we have seen. One was in SageMaker and was in Studio. So Studio is a high-level utility provided by Amazon, AWS, which can be used with many built-in, many advanced facilities it provides, and it will make your life as a machine learning engineer very easy compared to a simple notebook from SageMaker. So here we have to differentiate between two notebooks. One is SageMaker notebook and one is Studio AWS Studio notebook. So I'm telling Studio notebook gives you much more advanced option to make your life easy. So I think that's pretty much of it. I think pretty much of it. I think that's very. Anything else you want to show, Soman?
No, sir. I think we are done with
Yeah,
our
so
demonstration.
that's the pretty much of
If
it. Thanks, Soman. So pretty much of it.
for
So
it with the
don't
course.
we don't forget to stop that service.
Yeah,
We
I'll
go to
stop
studio
it.
service and stop it, Soman.
Fine. Let me just cancel everything. That's done. Let me go back. Okay, why isn't it doing that? Oh, why is it redirecting me to? Should be on Amazon SageMaker, right? Yeah. Amazon SageMaker now. No, so that was mine. Let me close the studio service first.
So we have to stop it, otherwise we'll incur billing. No, someone just go to the default user, link it will give you, yeah, default name, below name. Just go to default user link, yeah, click it, yeah. Then it will give you the option to stop.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, here it should give you option to app name should give here option to stop actually. I'm not sure why it is not coming right now.
Yeah, delete user. It's under edit settings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that user has been deleted. Let me delete this one as well. Yes, so my users have been deleted and I do not have anything running right now, so that's good. Yeah, so that was all for today. If you have any doubt or if you want to see anything else, please let me know.
So that's pretty much it. Yeah, great, Soman. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
And I think we should show one more thing, Soman. It is below. I think there is some. Just go below on the left hand side. Left hand side toolbar. Just go below the slide the bar. No, left hand side toolbar. Yeah, I think it says something endpoint interface. Yeah, interface. So that's where just press endpoint and just press endpoint.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where you see your if you have deployed any model or those things you see here. So you have to go here and delete that and go under notebook. Go under notebook. So under notebook instances, you will see if any notebooks are running. So yeah, so someone should stop it actually.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we should stop. Otherwise, we will create incur charges.
Yeah, so it's stopped. Let's go to the Mumbai one as well.
Yeah, Mumbai one as well. We have to stop. So that's where you have to be very careful with. You have to be very careful with AWS. You should not leave anything running, any app or any notebook service. So similarly, someone we can go up and show that. Someone just go up and show that. Go down under interface. You can show that model running if any model is running. So all these things I think you will get here. All these things you have to check under interface, compilation job, marketplace model if you are running, end place configuration, endpoints, batch things. So everything I think from here you have to go and shut down. Yeah. So maybe you can show one, you can click once training also someone I think training. So it will show you training jobs.
So if you have any active trainings, you can
click here. And similarly processing as well. So everything of this you should be looking actively and you should close it down to make sure you don't incur any charges. Otherwise, you will get nasty bills like a couple of times I also got $25, $30. Even if you are not used the services, if things are running, you will get bills. So all these things you have to shut down. So under control panel, you have to see studio and under checkpoint, under endpoint interface, you have to check so many other things to shut down. Yeah. Okay. That's it from my side, Soman.
Yeah. Actually, it's sent from my side as well. So thank you very much for joining today.